Do you know that some everyday habits can scream insecurity to those around you? You might be surprised to learn that simple things like avoiding eye contact or always apologizing can be perceived negatively. Research indicates that these subtle cues can impact how others view us. Don't let these habits hold you back from making a great impression. By the end of this video, you will learn to spot and shift these 10 habits for a more secure and confident you. Let's start. 10. Constantly apologizing. Constant apologizing often stems from a deep-seated fear of being perceived as a burden or making a mistake. It's like apologizers are hardwired to believe that every action they take needs an apology attached. The habit of constant apologizing goes beyond simple politeness. It can be a shield against the fear of inconveniencing others or being perceived as inadequate. Whether it's for sharing an opinion, taking up space, or even just existing in a particular moment, the constant apologizer is on a mission to preemptively diffuse any potential discomfort. From a psychological perspective, constant apologizing can be a manifestation of low self-esteem. It's as if you're preemptively seeking forgiveness for your existence. This behavior can also be tied to a need for external validation. The more you apologize, the more you seek reassurance that you're not causing inconvenience. The first step is awareness, recognizing when you're about to say sorry for no apparent reason. Ask yourself if an apology is genuinely warranted or if it's just a reflex. 9. Seeking constant validation. Do you find your self-image excessively based on others' opinions? If yes, it's totally okay. Human beings have a natural desire for social connection and acceptance. It's hardwired into our brains because, historically, a good social circle meant better chances of survival. So seeking validation is not inherently bad. It just becomes problematic when it turns into a constant quest for external approval. Seeking constant validation can be linked to a fear of rejection or a deep-seated belief that you're not good enough as you are. It's almost like your brain is saying, if others don't confirm, I'm not okay. But here's the truth. Your worth doesn't hinge on others' opinions. So how do you break free from this cycle? Focus on building internal validation, set personal goals, celebrate your achievements, and acknowledge your strengths. The more you affirm your own worth, the less you'll need it from external sources. 8. Overexplaining. When we overexplain, we're inadvertently broadcasting our lack of confidence in our decisions or actions. It's like placing an exclamation mark on our insecurities, drawing attention to the fact that we're not entirely sure if others will understand or accept what we're saying or doing. In social and professional settings, over-explaining can lead to others perceiving us as unsure, lacking confidence, or even being untrustworthy. Instead of enhancing our credibility, it does the opposite. Colleagues may wonder, why is she explaining so much? Is she not confident in her work? Friends might think, is he hiding something? It becomes a loop of unintentional self-sabotage. To overcome the tendency to over-explain, it's crucial to recognize the underlying fear or insecurity driving this behavior. Building self-confidence is a gradual process. One effective strategy is practicing self-awareness, being mindful of when and why you feel the need to over-explain. 7. Avoiding eye contact. Have you ever found yourself avoiding eye contact in conversations, almost as if your gaze had a mind of its own? If you're someone who desires genuine connections and confidence but can't seem to maintain eye contact, this might be the subtle barrier you've been overlooking. Avoiding eye contact is a common, yet often unnoticed sign of insecurity. Why? Because our eyes are windows to our emotions, and maintaining eye contact is a fundamental part of human communication. When we shy away from locking eyes, it can signal discomfort, a lack of confidence, or even feelings of inadequacy. The best solution is to gradually work on increasing your comfort level while maintaining eye contact. 6. Frequent self-deprecation. Constantly devaluing your abilities and worth can create a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more you tell yourself you're not good enough, the more you start to believe it. It's a sneaky cycle that can chip away at your self-esteem, affecting your personal and professional lives. In social situations, frequent self-deprecation can create an awkward dynamic. While a bit of humor at one's expense can be endearing, an excess of self-deprecating remarks can make others uncomfortable or unsure of how to respond. It's like unintentionally pushing people away just when you crave connection the most. Now let's talk about the solution. Start by recognizing and challenging negative thoughts. Replace self-deprecating comments with positive affirmations. Instead of highlighting what you perceive as flaws, celebrate your achievements and strengths. 5. Overcompensating behavior. Have you ever encountered someone who seems to constantly highlight their achievements, share success stories, or drop impressive names into casual conversations? While on the surface this behavior might come off as confidence, it's often a subtle sign of insecurity known as overcompensating. In social situations, an overcompensator might dominate conversations with their achievements, downplay others' successes, or be excessively competitive. It becomes a tiresome effort to maintain a facade of confidence, often leading to strained relationships and an exhausting inner struggle. The first step towards overcoming overcompensation is self-awareness. Understanding that these behaviors stem from insecurity is crucial. Building genuine self-confidence involves acknowledging strengths and weaknesses without relying on external validation. 4. Inability to accept compliments. When you can't accept a compliment graciously, it might indicate discomfort with positive attention or a lingering belief that you don't deserve praise. Psychologically, this behavior often stems from low self-esteem. Accepting compliments requires acknowledging your own worth, and if that's a struggle, it's a red flag for underlying insecurity. Psychologists often link this behavior to the imposter syndrome, where individuals doubt their accomplishments and have a persistent fear of being exposed as fraud. By deflecting compliments, they inadvertently maintain the facade of not being as competent or deserving as others perceive them. The key to overcoming this habit is to practice self-compassion. Recognize that compliments are genuine expressions of appreciation. Instead of deflecting, try a simple thank you and internalize the positive feedback. Engage in positive self-talk to reinforce your accomplishments and gradually build a healthier self-perception. 3. Excessive comparison. Ever catch yourself scrolling through social media and suddenly you're knee-deep in someone else's seemingly perfect life, feeling a twinge of inadequacy? Well, you're not alone. Excessive comparison is a sneaky habit that often screams louder than we think. At its core, excessive comparison stems from a deep-seated sense of insecurity. When we constantly measure our lives against others, we're essentially seeking external validation. It's a subtle cry for reassurance that we're doing okay and that our lives measure up to the curated versions we see online. The best antidote to excessive comparison is self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a friend. Acknowledge that everyone has their own challenges and insecurities, even if they don't showcase them on social media. 2. Fear of rejection. If you find yourself hesitating to step into new experiences, avoiding the possibility of rejection like it's a plague, you're not alone. This fear of rejection is a silent undercurrent in the sea of insecurities that many harbor, and let me tell you, it's a powerful force. Psychologically, the fear of rejection often stems from a deep-seated need for approval and acceptance. Evolutionarily, our ancestors relied on social bonds for survival, so being accepted by the group was crucial. This primal instinct still echoes in our minds today, manifesting as the fear of rejection. It's like our brains are wired to avoid any situation that might threaten our sense of belonging. Challenge yourself to step out of your comfort zone, one small step at a time. Embrace the possibility of rejection as a chance to learn and improve. Surround yourself with a supportive network that encourages your authentic self. 1. Reluctance to express opinions. Here come the apparently harmless signs that scream nothing but insecurity. The mechanism at play here is a complex interplay of social anxiety and a desire to conform. The fear of being perceived negatively often overrides the desire to contribute meaningfully, leading to a pattern of self-silencing. This hesitancy can become a self-perpetuating cycle, reinforcing the belief that one's opinions aren't valuable. Research suggests that the fear of rejection activates the same brain regions as physical pain. So, when you hesitate to express your opinion, your brain might interpret it as a threat to your well-being, triggering a defensive response. The key to overcoming this reluctance lies in recognizing the value of your voice. Start by acknowledging that your opinions are valid and contribute to the diversity of perspectives. Gradually expose yourself to sharing your thoughts in low-risk environments, building your confidence over time. If you have made it this far, comment down below with the word 100% to confirm that you have received the knowledge from this video. For more interesting topics, make sure you watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. Thanks for watching.